Hi YouTube, Tim Margaret here. In this video we're simplifying some cube and fourth roots. This is something I did for my Algebra 1 honors class for a warm-up. So let's start with this first one. We're simplifying the fourth root of 16x to the fourth, y to the eighth, z to the 12th. Okay, so first off, let's take a look at the fourth root of 16. The fourth root of 16, well, that is equal to 2, and the reason why that is because if you take 4 2's and multiply them together, well, you get 16. So we're going to start with 2. Now the fourth root of x to the fourth is x, because if you take 4 x's and multiply them together, you get x to the fourth power. So we've got 2x, then y squared. If you take 4y squareds and multiply them together, you've got the same base of y, so you add 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And then it's going to be z cubed, because again, you do z cubed times z cubed times z cubed times z cubed. You're going to get z to the 12th. Again, the same base, 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. So this is our solution to problem 1. Another thing you can do is you can convert this to a fractional exponent. So the fourth root you can write as a fractional exponent as to the 1/4 power. And then when you raise these powers to that power, you would multiply them. So 4 times 1/4 would be x to the first. We don't have to write the 1. 8 times 1/4 would be 2. And 12 times 1/4 would be 3. Okay, let's take a look at the second one. All right, so we're taking the cube root of negative 125 x cubed. So we're going to start with the cube root of negative 125, which is negative 5. Again, the reasoning for that is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. Well, that equals negative 125. And then x cubed, the cube root of that is just x. Again, because x times x times x. Think about these are all x to the first, so 1 plus 2, or 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So our solution here is negative 5x. Okay, in problem 3, we are simplifying the fourth root of 81p to the fourth, z to the 12th. So first, we're going to take the fourth root of 81, which is 3. The reason that is because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 equals 81. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 3's. So the fourth root of 81 is 3. Again, p to the fourth times the 1/4 power, that's going to be p. Also, you could think of it, well, p times p times p times p. These are all p to the first. So this adds up to 4. And then z to the 12th, the fourth root of that will be z cubed. Reason being, again, z cubed times z cubed times z cubed times z cubed equals z to the 12th. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. This is my solution for this one here. All right, let's try problem 4. Okay, we're going to simplify the cube root of negative 8x. So first off, the cube root of negative 8 is negative 2. The reason for that is negative 2 times negative 2. That's positive 4, but then multiply by negative 2 again, we get negative 8. And then we have the cube root of, this is x to the first, so if we're thinking fractional exponents, it's 1 times 1/3, so you still have x to the 1/3, or the cube root of x. So we're going to keep, let me do that a little bit better. We're going to keep the x under the cube root here. So it's going to be negative 2 times the cube root of x. All right, let's try The next one. Okay, this one should stay square root. So we're going to take the square root of 64, which is 8. Reason being is 8 times 8 equals 64. Then we take the square root of x to the fourth, which is x squared, because x squared times x squared, these have the same base, so we add the exponents, equals x to the fourth. So we have 8x squared. And then the square root of y to the eighth is y to the fourth, because y to the fourth times y to the fourth equals y to the eighth. So 8x squared y to the fourth is our solution there. Okay, last one. All right, so this one we've got the cube root of 64 times the fourth root of 16x to the fourth. So the cube root of 64 is 4. Okay, we have the time symbol here, but the reason is because 4 times 4 times 4, 3 4s multiplied together equals 64. So cube root of 64 is 4. Fourth root of 16 is going to be 2. The reason for that is take 4 2's, multiply them together. What do you get? Well, you get 16. So fourth root of 16 is 2. And the fourth root of x to the fourth is just x. Again, take 4 x's, multiply them together, and you're going to get x to the fourth power. Again, if you're thinking this is x to the first, x to the first, x to the first, x to the first, add up the ones, you get 4. So 4 times 2 is 8. So my solution here is 8x for this last one. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Also, if you have any questions, leave a comment in the comments below.